Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander. UVRU, we will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. We have a hell of a show lined up for you today. Well, a heck of a show, a really good show lined up for you today. You gotta stop swearing so often. Anyway, today is Moonsday, aka Monday, August 17th, 2026. This show is, of course, about interesting, important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 40-page document to go through today, so a little bit on the longer side, but let's try to get this in an hour. Starting us off in the year 682, Leo II began his reign as Catholic Pope, so I guess it's a Pope Day today. 986, Byzantine and Bulgarian Wars, Battle of the Gates of Trajan. The Bulgarians, under the todate Samuel and Aaron, defeated the Byzantine forces at the Gate of Trajan, with Byzantine Emperor Basil II himself barely escaping. Moving on up to 1186, Georgienberg Pace, Palace? I don't know, it says Pace. Ottokar the Fourth, Duke of Styria, and where'd my phone go? Duke of Styria and Leopold V, Duke of Austria, signed a heritage agreement in which Ottokar gave his duchy to Leopold and to his son Frederick, under the stipulation that Austria and Styria would henceforth remain undivided. In which I think they did become, I don't know, Austria's still around, but Styria is not. I know Syria's, but this is clearly not Syria. Austria is not next to Syria. 1386, Karl Topia, the rule of Princedom of Albania, forged an alliance with the Republic of Venice, committing to participate in all wars of the Republic and receiving coastal protection against the Ottomans in return. Moving on to 1488, Conrad Bitz, the Bishop of Turku, marked the date of his preface to Miscelia Abonis, the oldest known book of Finland. And I image searched this earlier, and this looks a little familiar, like the book we've covered at least twice already. The first printed book with a known date of creation. So, it's the oldest known dated book in the world, so not just Finland, if this is that same one. 1498, Caesar Borgia, son of Pope Alexander VI, became the first person in history to resign the cardinalate. Later that same day, King Louis XI of France named him Duke of Valentinois. 1549, Battle of Stamford-Courtenay. The Prayer Book Rebellion was squashed in England. What is this? The Prayer Book Rebellion. Let's look this up here really quick. Prayer Book Rebellion. There we go. Let's check the Wikipedia here. So Prayer Book. Let's start the underbar section. Prayer Book Rebellion. Alright. So what is this rebellion? It was, or the Western Rising. It was a popular revolt in Cornwall and Devon in 1549. In that year, the first Book of Common Prayer, presenting the theology of the English Reformation, was introduced. The change was widely unpopular, particularly in areas where firm Catholic religious loyalty, even after the Act of Supremacy in 1534, still existed, such as Lancashire. Alright, so for further reading on this, if you wish, this link and other links that we collect throughout the show will appear in the underbar of the description section below. We already have a lot of cool things down there, including one limited to All Things Omni Coalition, various sources that we use to make our document that we're reading right here, the music in the background, and a handful of other cool little nifty things. Moving on up here to 1560, the Catholic Church was overthrown and Protestantism was established as the national religion in Scotland. 3 years later, King Charles IX of France declared an adult at the age of 13. Sounds a lot like you, huh?
13. I was born an adult.
I can believe that. Well, I don't know. Sometimes you really act like a knuckle knot little kid, you know?
No. Moi? No.
Yeah, well, I mean, so can I. Like that one time we were passing the ball around in the living room and I almost flew into the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's good memorable moments like that. How we didn't break the TV, I'm not quite sure.
I don't know either, but I felt Mom's rage emanating from heaven.
Yeah.
And we haven't done anything like that since. Actually, I don't think we learned our lesson.
Hopefully,
because now she can do something to us spiritually.
I'm not sure if we're done yet, though. The TV's still there, we're still here. Anything's possible.
Who knows? Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we have 1577, Peace of Bergerac, political rights for Huguenots. All right. 1579, Francis, Duke of Anjou, visited Queen Elizabeth, English Queen Elizabeth I, in an attempt to court her. I wonder if that works. You know, if their courtship was successful, yeah. 1585, Antwerp surrendered after an 8-month siege by the Duke of Parma, and you know that's kind of a nothing article. Like, you know, I most likely would not mark that if it wasn't for the other source saying during the 80 Years' War, siege of Antwerp was captured by Spanish forces under Alexander Farnese, the Duke of Parma, whom ordered Protestants to leave the city, and as a result, over half of the 100,000 inhabitants fled to the northern provinces. So over 50,000 people, you know, were apparently Protestants. Now these next three are somewhat connected in a weird way. So 1585, we have the first group of colonists sent by Sir Walter Raleigh. Remember that name. Under the charge of Ralph Lane, landed in the New World to create Roanoke Colony on Roanoke Island off the coast of present-day North Carolina. Now we spoke about that a while ago, so I'm not sure like if that was a misplaced article or not. This does not have such a notation here. 1590, so just 5 years later, Governor of Roanoke Island Colony John White returned from England to find no trace of the colonists. He left there 3 years earlier, or on August 18th, 1591.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I brought this up a couple of times. Like it was like all the colonists, they just are gone. Like some people speculate that the natives came in and killed them, but there was no sign of a struggle. Others speculate that that they ran out of food or something, and they just went off into the woods and either got killed by the natives or just like melded in with them and erased into history. You know, like
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Like all they got when they returned was there was like one word carved on the tree, and I think it was Roanoke or something. Or whatever. So. And then 1597, we have the Islands Voyage. Robert Devereux, 2nd Earl of Essex, and Sir Walter Raleigh, remember him?
Sir Walter Raleigh, yes.
Yeah, set sail on an expedition to the Azores. So it's pretty interesting. We have Raleigh was involved with the Roanoke thing, and then, you know, Raleigh, he wasn't involved in the discovery of it being, disappeared or abandoned, but then right after that we have another Walter Raleigh article. So it's kind of interesting. This all happened on this calendar date on August 17th throughout all these years. 1661, French Superintendent of Finances Nicolas Fouquet threw one of the grandest and most opulent parties ever seen in France, appalling King Louis XIV and leading to Fouquet's arrest for embezzlement weeks later. Wow, what a little bitch to react like that. 1668, the magnitude 8.0 North Anatolia earthquake caused 8,000 deaths in northern Anatolia, Ottoman Empire. In the year 1717, France, Russia, and Prussia signed an agreement. I'm going to look that up here really quick because it's not telling me what agreement that was. So, France, Russia, okay, it's just telling me what I just read right there. It's like another on this day thing. Oxford Public International Law, August 1717. Okay, that sounds about correct. Well, this isn't telling me anything. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can look this up, this article here, and let us know in the comment section. Like, that'd be wonderful. 1717 as well, Austro-Turkish War of 1716 to 1718. The month-long siege of Belgrade ended with Prince Eugene of Savoy's Austrian troops capturing the city from the Ottoman Empire. Welcome to the show, Ghost. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. 1723 here, Ion Girigu Patashi became Bishop of Fagaras and was festively installed in his position at the St. Nicholas Cathedral in Fagaras after being formally confirmed earlier by Pope Clement XI. That's a interesting, festively installed. You know, this almost sounds like a Prince Ali situation from Aladdin. You know, remember when he pretended to be a prince? It was an old parade and all festively, and everything. Yeah. So, 1740, Pope Benedict XIV, previously known as Prospero Lambertini, succeeded Clement XII as the 247th Pope. There's been a lot of popes. That was in 1740.
Wow.
You know, now there's like 400 or some ridiculous number. 1743, Treaty of Abo signed in Turku by by Sweden and Russian Empire, ending the Russo-Swedish War that lasted from 1741 to 1743, as we just said there. 1784, Treaty of No, we got that one. 1784, here we go. Classical composer Luigi Boccheroni received a pay raise of 12,000 reals from his employer, the Infante Louis, Count of Stinchenon. That sounds substantial, but is it?
Well, I don't know.
So, like, reals...
Reals are...
like Saudi Arabian,
Saudi
right?
Arabia, yeah.
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia didn't exist in the 1700s,
Well, yeah.
did it?
I really... That I don't know.
1787, Jews were granted permission in Budapest, Hungary, to pray in groups. All right. 1788, this is no longer an either source. Lawsonville, Ohio, which is now Cincinnati, was founded. 1798 as well, the Vietnamese Catholics reported a Marian apparition in Quang Tri, an event which was called Our Lady of La Vang. Sorry. Hard to read sometimes. 1807, Robert Fulton's steamboat Claremont began its first trip up the Hudson River. So Robert Fulton's North River steamboat left New York City for Albany, New York, on the Hudson River, inaugurating the first commercial steamboat service in the world. And we've spoken about this steamboat before because this somewhat looks familiar. Like, kind of, sort of that one. This is obviously AI, but this one, yeah, I could have sworn we've seen this exact picture before. No. 1808, French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte asked his brother, the King of Holland, Louis Bonaparte, for a Dutch brigade to fight on the French side against Spain in the Peninsular War. And moving on up to 1835, Sullivan Merrick of Springfield, Massachusetts, patented the first wrench. So there it is.
Oh, okay.
And I guess he wasn't monkeying around. So, but yeah, here's some of the patents right here. Looks like a wrench, and then this is what we have more advanced and everything, a pipe wrench, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. What else do we got here? We'll talk about the balloon later. 1836, British Parliament accepted registration of births, marriages, and deaths. Okay, that makes sense. Gotta know these things. 1846, Commodore Robert F. Stockton of the U.S. Navy annexed California.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah. So, like, we're in that landmass there. 1858, the first Bank of Hawaii opens. 1 year later, we have the first airmail in a balloon took off from Lafayette, Indiana. And that's the image right there that I'm not sure if I used in the thumbnail, but that was the intent. I had more images than I could use, so I had to pick and choose.
Scale it back.
Now, I wonder, why does this say Jupiter? You know? And I think about, like, all the conspiracies out there about,
What's
like...
the name of the balloon, Jupiter.
Maybe. But I also think about, like, all the conspiracies involving, like, you know, Jupiter actually being, like, an evil entity or something, and people worshiping it, and then the whole you know, black rock, black cube thing, and it's you know, once again one of my icebergs that I like to bring up. It gets really deep, but you know, the more you learn, you know, like, whether or not it's truth or fiction, you're expanding your ability to comprehend things. And honestly, like, I believe that truth is stranger than fiction. I mean, it's been proven personally multiple times. And what we know as reality is not the entire story.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just open yourself up to other avenues of thinking, other possibilities of what you think might be true, might not be, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, 1862, Stadian Indian Wars, I guess the American Indian Wars, the Dakota War of 1862 began in Minnesota as Dakota warriors attacked white settlements along the Minnesota River. I guess Ghost got tired of my random, like, he left immediately when I switched topics. 1863, federal batteries and ships attacked Fort Sumter in South Carolina. So yeah, because the Confederates took it.
Yeah.
So during the U.S. Civil War in Charleston, South Carolina, Union batteries and ships bombarded Confederate-held Fort Sumter. That's pretty interesting. I don't think the word ironic is sufficient for that, but it's pretty. What's the word? Serendipitous, I guess.
I don't think it's serendipitous. Ironic isn't exactly it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you reap what you sow. I don't know. 1866, the Grand Duchy of Baden announced its withdrawal from the German Confederation and signed a treaty of peace and alliance with Prussia. 1870, first ascent of Mount Rainier, Washington, by Hazard Stevens and P.B. Van Trump. What a name right there. Oh yeah, there's that balloon. So they go like launching the Airmail and everything. And look at that. That's imposing.
I've been on the lower levels of Mount Rainier.
Have you done like some mountain climbing or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Like I don't know. It's like try to learn as much about you as I can every day. Like So. Let's see here. What else? That's an image of Mount Rainier right there. So. 1876, Richard Wagner's opera Gotha Dämmerung premiered in Bayreuth. It's the last opera in his ring cycle, premiered at the Bayreuth Festival House. We spoke about this the past couple of days. Yesterday and the day before. We've spoken about this ring cycle at the Festival House. 1877, the Stadian astronomer Asaph Hall discovered Mars' moon, Phobos. Good old Phobos, yeah.
That looks pretty chunky.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it might be, like, an illusion or something. I'm not sure how big it is. Wait, here we go. That cannot be to scale. Like, Phobos cannot be that size compared to its host planet.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
But if it's rotating, it is closer to you, to the photographer, so it would look bigger.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, like this is just showing Mars and Phobos and Deimos. It's two moons. So, but not to scale. So, I don't know what its actual scale is. Yeah, there we go, Deimos and Phobos. So it's showing both of these now, and they look very similar, but I don't think they're the same size. I don't know. What else do we got here? 1879, French diplomat and entrepreneur Ferdinand de Lesseps formed the French Panama Canal Company. That's pretty cool. 1883, Alexander sneezed.
That's newsworthy on this day.
Yeah. We also have the first public performance of the Dominican Republic's national anthem, Himno Nacional. Pretty cool. 1891, electric self-starter for automobiles was patented. I gotta show you the blueprint for that.
Push the button.
Yeah. Well, it used to be like you had to spin the whole thing, like the crank start.
Ah, really?
No, like you know this, right?
What are you saying? Maybe I didn't understand you.
To start the car, you used to be able to crank the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then what was the whole choke? Like.
That's to give it more fuel and it revs the engine until it warms up.
Ah, okay. Okay. But yeah, here's a blueprint. You know, if anybody can read this, cool. More power to you. In 1891, the People's Bath, the first public bathhouse with showers, opened in New York City, and this is kind of a small image, but this shows an artist's rendition of the interior, and that looks really cozy. You know, you can go up here and climb onto these benches, although it looks like you have to climb onto this bench to get to the back bench, which means if somebody gets on this bench, you have to climb over them to get out, or over them to get on.
There's steps up there, and then you walk right in behind there.
No, it literally shows this guy stepping on this bench right here.
He's walking up steps, isn't he? I'm too far away, I guess.
Well, let me zoom in here. There's a guy right here laying on this bench. Oh,
yeah, okay.
And then it's just benches, but there's no stairs. There's no access paths. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Maybe there was, but like that was an artist renditioning, so maybe they didn't want to put in that much detail, you know? Here's another drawing of the inside of it. That looks like a madhouse. Like, yeah, you have freaking people. It looks like they're all naked. This guy's upside down. This guy's spinning. And that guy's like about to jump off. Like why is that guy halfway in the air in the crowd? What is? Actually, no, wait. He's standing on the rail. That is wild. That is crazy. What else we got here? 1892, Russian and French generals Abruzhev and Boisever signed the dual alliance. I'm going to look up this alliance really quick here. So, Franco-Russian alliance, 1892, 1917, military alliance. All right. Well, let me throw this here. Franco-Russian alliance. Throw that in there. Also known as the dual entente or Russo-French rapprochement. It was an alliance formed by the agreements of 1891-94. It lasted until 1917. The strengthening of the German Empire, the creation of the Triple Alliance of 1882, and the exasperation of Franco-German and Russo-German tensions at the end of the 1880s led to a common foreign policy and mutual strategic military interest between France and Russia. The development of financial ties between the two countries created the economic prerequisites for the Russo-French alliance. Huh. All right. 1894, Phillies get 36 hits as Sam Thompson hit for the cycle, or the line, as I like to say, defeating Louisville 29-4. Wow. 1896, Bridget Driscoll became Bridget Driscoll became the first recorded case of a pedestrian killed in a collision with a motor car in the United Kingdom. Well, maybe if they drove on the correct side, the right side of the road, this wouldn't have happened. But no, they have to be British. 1897, W.B. Purvis patented electric railway switch, also known as the points. So I actually do have an image of that right there. There it is.
I would have thought they would have called it the switch.
I don't. Apparently not. Like maybe like points of switch.
Yeah.
I guess, or maybe like periodic optical integral like track system. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make it into a
I got you.
into a thing. What's the word? Like.
Yeah, the abbreviation.
Thank you. 1901, the Royal Titles Act added the words, "and the British dominions beyond the sea" to the monarch style. Did I do that British enough?
Yeah, more than enough.
1903, Joseph Pulitzer donated $1 million to Columbia University and began the Pulitzer Prizes in the United States. 1907, Bishop forbade Christian membership of Dutch textile unions. We also have Pike Place Market, one of the oldest continuously operated public farmers markets in the U.S., and a popular tourist attraction, open in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
And I've been there.
Way up there, man.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be somewhere on the East Coast.
Well, Well, you're right. Well, it's continuously operated, public.
Yeah.
So maybe, like there's obviously older ones, but they probably like failed for one of a billion reasons.
Yeah.
So it's still around, and that's why.
Still.
Yeah.
Pike's Place. You know where that? You know what was originated in Pike's Place?
Fish. Oh, what originally?
Starbucks.
Well, yes. Like I have a photo. I was there.
Oh, that's right. You were there.
Yeah. Like that's
Last
literally.
time I was in Seattle, Starbucks didn't even exist.
Dang. Did you go to Pike's Place though? Because that's where all the fish markets and all that stuff are.
No, I didn't.
Like when I went up there, with some of my
I
friends.
pretty much only passed through Washington.
But I've been there. Like
Yes,
you remember
yes.
me going
Yes,
up there?
yes,
Yeah.
of course I forgot, but yes, I do.
Yeah. So like
I lived there for a short time.
well, just a couple weeks, trying to start
Yeah.
my life again, and then my friend's wife kicked me out because they already had another friend there.
Well,
so
I'm
they didn't
on
want-
her side.
Yeah.
Get these guys out of here.
Well, they're trying to start a new life. You
Yeah.
know? So it's kind of, I don't know, like.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel for you, but I can't.
I mean, like, did he talk to his wife about it? Was she okay with this, or was she not, unaware? That's the thing. If she was initially okay and then she changed her mind, that's not fair.
I have a
You know?
feeling because I know who your friend was. I think you and him rode up there together, and she didn't know you were coming. I get
I
that
don't know.
feeling, but I don't
Anything
know.
is speculation. Anyway, we toured Seattle and everything, and
Yeah.
among the sites he took me to was Pike's Place. So I've actually
Yeah.
been there, and I wanted to question, right there that I actually took that photo, waiting in line for the actual very first Starbucks back when I supported Starbucks. I absolutely do not anymore. But do you still have your Starbucks cup I bought for you?
Yes.
Is it still at the shop, or is it here
Here.
yet?
You took that photo that I was looking at right there?
The other one, yeah, not the black and white, but the other
Right.
one.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, I did.
Yeah.
So you put this up online?
No, I just put it on my browser and it was
Okay.
able to show it.
Okay.
But it's not from. I didn't post it online and then pull
Yeah,
it.
right. No, I got
No,
that.
I just threw it because you can right here. You can take. Why is this on videos? You can take like this picture and then boom, now it's up there. So I took the picture I took and just threw it up there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what else do we got here? 1908, The Bank of Italy, now the Bank of America, opened a new headquarters, the Bank of Italy building, at Clay and Montgomery in San Francisco. Yeah, people don't realize that the Bank of America, formerly known as the Bank of Italy, the whole reason why they changed their name was to take advantage of the people who got, absolutely, financially massacred after the giant earthquake. They changed their name to Bank of America to make themselves feel more approachable to these citizens, to take advantage of them and just screw them over financially. Once they had their money, they just put them into indenturedness and everything. They've been doing that still to this day. Bank of America is one of the worst banks in the world. The way they treat their customers, what they do, they are diabolical, and they need to be stopped. And they started with a name to trick the masses. I mean, they've always been horrible. 1908, Projection in Paris was the first animated cartoon, Phantasmagorie, created by Emile Cole. And I actually have it right here.
Ah.
So, you get this link, and I'll move this so you can actually see it. So, it's Phantasmagorie. You're watching a cartoon that's 116 years old or something.
1908,
1624. Yeah, no, 110.
626.
Yeah, 81624.
What?
81624.
116 years old, is what I'm saying.
Okay. This is wild.
Yeah.
Oh. But I threw that in the underbar section right here, and I'm actually going to throw that into the history channel on the server here. What else do we got here? Moving on up to, we'll get there. 1915, a mob lynched Jewish businessman Leo Frank in Cobb County, Georgia, after his death sentence for the murder of a 13-year-old girl was commuted to life.
Mm.
Wow. So, would it be a lynching, or, would this be his sentence? Did they rewrite this to make it seem like because it sounded like he was a victim until, now it just sounds like an angry mob killed him after he was convicted of murder, but they didn't do the death sentence justly, so I don't know.
Being lynched by a mob is never.
But was he lynched by a mob, or was he hanged? But they say lynched by a mob.
Mob lynches. It says mob lynches him, but
I don't know. That's why I'm wondering.
After death sentence for murder.
Yeah.
Of a 13-year-old girl.
So he got.
How did they get their hands on him?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Was he actually lynched? Or is this written in a way to be like, oh, the poor Jewish businessman, oh, he's Jewish and he's being abused, oh, and then he got the death sentence. What if the death sentence resulted in a hanging, and this isn't a mob lynching?
Wait a minute, and it says commuted to life, so it got changed from murder, death to commuted to life. Then he got lynched by the.
Oh, okay.
Broke in and got.
Okay, now that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it was a lynching. Okay. Well, that's still bad, but yeah. 1915, hurricane made landfall near Galveston, Texas, killing 275 people and causing $50 million in damage.
Mm.
You know what? How much is that? What was that? 1915, 50.
What was worth $50 million in Texas is what I want to know in 1915.
Well, the city.
Yeah.
So, what is
Galveston, that's right there.
What is this?
I don't know.
50,000 million. 50. What is
50 million?
What is 50 million?
300 million.
Okay. We are at $1,653,059,405.94 today.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it with winds at 135 miles per hour or 217 kilometers per hour. That is incredible.
Yeah.
1916, during World War I, Romania signed a secret treaty with the Entente powers. According to the treaty, Romania agreed to join the war on the Allied side. 1 year after that, Italy declared war on Turkey. 1 year after that, Bolshevik revolutionary leader Moise Yurchesky was assassinated. We also have Samuel Riddle bought Man of War for $5,000, and I think that's the horse.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Very famous horse.
1918 as well, troops overthrew the Caucasus, or Turkish troops overthrew Caucasus. 1920, New York Yankees canceled a game with Cleveland Indians in memory of Ray Chapman, who died after being hit by a pitch the previous day. We spoke about that.
Man.
Yeah. So he died earlier today.
Yeah.
Remember he died the next day or whatever?
Yeah.
24, French-German trade agreement was signed. All right. 1 century ago, 1926, Greek, Serbian, Croatian, and Slavs peace treaty was signed. I'm going to look this up here. And there is something, a really good point was made. Not to stray off topic really quick, but just to say, all the talk about slavery and everything, you want to know where the word originated?
Where?
Slavs.
Oh.
Slaves. White people. White people were the original slaves. At least with the word to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure slavery and all that stuff. But as far as having a word associated to it and all that stuff, it was the whites. Oh, but they don't teach that in history class. We got to cry. Evil white man. No. But yeah. So I'm going to put this Greek-Serbia relations. But no, this also included Croatian and Slavs. Or Slavs. So if anybody can look up this article here. This peace treaty between all of these. Let us know any interesting semantics about it in the comments section. We've got to move on up here to 1933. MLB player Lou Gehrig played his record 1,308th consecutive game.
Yeah.
Soviet Union tested GERD R1 rocket Object 9. And this looks kind of familiar with that earlier rocket test. Remember seeing things like this with the in the cradle type thing? So, this is absolute earliest. This looks like what a kid would do today, back when I was a kid. We had model rockets like this. I remember we were out in Arizona that one time, and I launched a model rocket. I love doing that. 1936, an unemployed worker at Niles B. Road in Madison, Wisconsin, received the first unemployment benefit check paid under a state law for $15, and it begins.
Yeah.
1938, first aircraft owned by U.S. Forest Service entered service in Oakland. So we image searched this. I'm not sure exactly which one is it. Is it this one? Just history of use of aircraft, Forest History Society. And we're talking about the Forest Service, but this is beginning of modern air travel. Well, this is, I guess, passenger plane. So, I don't know. Is that photo accurate to the article I just read? I'm not sure.
The plane looks
somewhat accurate.
Date that style of plane.
1938.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is that the plane?
I don't know. No way to know.
Well, at the very least, if it's the make and model, then I can understand, because you can't probably get an exact photo of these things. I mean, who photos something like that? The company got a vehicle. Whoop-de-doo. Who's taking pictures? 1938, Henry Armstrong won his third consecutive boxing championship. 39, the musical film Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland, Ray Bolger, Burt Lahar, Jack Haley, and Margaret Hamilton, opened at Loew's Capitol Theater in New York City. We covered that yesterday.
That's the one movie, and not the only one, but that is timeless. Does not show age.
We saw one of the shoes, one of the pairs of shoes.
Where did we see that?
At the our museum travel when we went to downtown LA months ago. We went to the La Brea Tar Pits, and then we went to that other museum.
Is that where we saw it?
In one of those places.
Yeah.
It was the film and TV.
Yeah.
We wanted to take a picture of me in the pink Barbie car.
Yeah. Wouldn't do it.
No.
You should have done it.
Hell no. But then we got to the top of that giant ball thing and everything, and Mike,
You freaked out?
Yeah, I could just see something happening and one of us flipping over and sliding off. I don't know, I freak out. I don't like heights. It's not really a fear of heights. It's a fear of landing. That's what,
well, that makes sense. That was also a weird structure too, so it adds to a height problem.
Yeah. 1940, Adolf Hitler ordered a total blockade of Great Britain. Didn't work, thank goodness. We also have Franklin D. Roosevelt and Canadian Prime Minister William M. King agreed to mutual defense abroad and established the Permanent Joint Board of Defense and the Ogden-Esborg Agreements. Mom's time, 1941, German raider attacked Dutch SS Kota Nopan. 42, Task Force 17 left Pearl Harbor under Admiral George Murray on USS Hornets. 42 as well, Transport 20 departed with French Jews to Nazi Germany. U.S. 8th Air Force bombers staged their first independent raid on Europe, attacking Rouen, France. We're still in 42. During World War II, U.S. Marines raided the Japanese South Pacific island of Makin. Why did I read that? It wasn't even marked. Moving on up to 1943, 498 British RAF Royal Air Force bombers attacked Peenemünde rocket base, the German development site for the V weapons. V1, V2, V3, all that stuff. Well, the V3 was later. V3 was actually a static emplacement along the coast of France for like a very, very long gun. I'm not sure if you've seen any videos on it, but it was really interesting inventions that they did.
Those V rockets were way ahead of their time.
Well, the first one was a rocket-propelled like pilotless plane or something, or a flying bomb, and then they had the actual missile rockets, like traditional rocket shape, and then the V3 was actually like a giant gun buried in the ground with multiple sources. Like it was very complex. Like it fired the projectile up the tube, and then like. It got to a certain area, and these other offshoots fired more propellant. It was a whole system, and it was to lob shells across the English Channel onto the island of Great Britain. They're literally building a Britain gun, like a Paris gun, but much bigger and multiple of them. Like they had like 6 guns. It was crazy.
And the fear of the Brits, or when these things were being launched at them when they come over, the fear was when it shut off and lost its power.
Oh yeah.
Then panic because they know it's coming down.
Yeah. Because you're talking about when you heard the engine stop.
Yeah.
Because now it's just coming down.
Yeah.
Where is it coming down?
Exactly.
And
you know it's somewhere close by because you heard the engine.
Yep. 43, U.S. 8th Air Force lost 60 B-17s during an attack on Schweinfurt and Regensburg. So the U.S. 8th Air Force suffered the loss of 60 bombers on that mission. We also have a U.S. General George S. Patton entered Messina, completing the Allied conquest of Sicily.
Oh, okay.
And this is a scene for Patton.
Yeah.
So we have here frickin' Montgomery, the pompous imbecile, marching in thinking, he's hot shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you see him, like, there he is, look at me, I'm the hero, oh, look at me, I'm
and
British.
Patton greeted him.
Oh no, Patton is like, he gets up here, and then he's like, why is everybody stopped? And then he gets to the front of the line. He just sees that we were waiting for him.
Yeah.
So like, hold on a second, it skipped over that. There we go. See, there's Patton right there. He sees that we were already there. He's late to the party. Like, not only did we go around the entire island of Sicily, and he just had one area, and we had a lot worse, to fight through, but we beat him there. Like, Montgomery was just crap. So, what else do we got here?
Huge ego, I guess.
Oh, massive. I mean, he knew the politics.
Yeah.
So, we also have, from other source, the U.S. 7th Army under General George S. Patton arrived in Messina, Italy, followed several hours later by the British 8th Army under Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, thus completing the Allied conquest of Sicily. 44, Yankees Johnny Lindell tied the record with 4 consecutive doubles in a game. 45, Korea was divided into North and South Korea along the 38th parallel, right there.
Yeah.
So we have the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Republic of Korea. Then there's China up here. And I didn't realize Korea had these islands, this island way over there and way over there. Why not this one? I guess that belongs to that guy. So but that's strange. What were you going to say?
Interesting. China decided back in the day.
China.
What's the island out there we used to call China?
Taiwan?
Taiwan. They were going to go in and attack and take Taiwan back. And they decided to forgo that for now. This is in the 45.
Because at the time, North Korea was having problems or...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were attacking them. Or they attacked us
We were
first.
coming up from the south and moving in, and they came in and helped them push us back, and of course then they ended up at the 38th parallel. But they haven't gone back yet to this day. So they were going to go in and get it, and then they said no, we got to help North Korea.
You know, that's really interesting because they just like everything played out in a way for absolutely nothing to change. Because like had China chosen to invade Taiwan, we probably wouldn't have helped that much, and we probably wouldn't have the ability.
we were on the move. They
Yeah.
came back and actually pushed us back.
Yeah.
And then the 38th parallel. Had
Yeah.
they not come in, we probably would have taken the whole thing.
Yeah, and probably
And they
would
have lost it.
Probably would have started invading China too. Who knows? Because
And if you well, I don't know about that, but as you see, there's a lot of North Korea along the Chinese border.
oh yeah, no, they are like right
Yeah,
there.
and they needed a buffer.
But the other point I was going to make is if it wasn't for Kim Il Sung and starting that war, then China probably could have invaded Taiwan, and then we'd fight China over Taiwan. Like how different history
Yeah.
can be made with
Yeah.
just one person, you know, like deciding something.
Yeah.
Like pretty wild. So. What else do we got here? 1945, Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta declared Indonesia, formerly the Dutch East Indies, independent from the Netherlands. The novella Animal Farm by George Orwell was first published. Now, this is a good book. You know, it's not like the good book or whatever, but it's a good
Yeah,
read and
yeah.
everything, and it really does warn about the dangers of communism and all that jazz. They did a remake of the movie this year. But of course, they changed things to be pro-communism and everything because it came out of Hollywood. You know how all that goes over the past decade or so. But there is a better version, like an older version of Animal Farm. It's animated and everything that tells the actual story. I believe it, from what I've heard, it holds well to the book. I haven't read the book, unfortunately.
Nor have I.
I might have the book though. So. 1945 as well, evacuation of Manchukuo, a Taozu by the Sino-Korean border. Puyi, then the Kangye Emperor of Manchukuo, formally renounced the imperial throne, dissolved the state, and ceded its territory to the Republic of China. Loon's Time, 1946, Arthur Honegger's Third Symphony, Litrique, premiered in Zurich, Switzerland, with Charles Munich conducting the Charles Munch conducting the Suisse Romande Orchestra. George Orwell published Animal Farm in the United Kingdom. Now, we have a discrepancy. Hold on a second. The first one says, in 45, it says it was published. In 46, in the United Kingdom. So maybe that's why it's a discrepancy.
Okay, maybe it's different, yeah.
Yeah. 47, the Radcliffe Line was revealed, setting the border between Union of India and the Dominion of Pakistan. So we have here West Pakistan and East Pakistan. This later just became straight up just Pakistan. And this became what, Bangladesh, right?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I think it's Bangladesh.
It sounds right, but I'm
Right.
just not sure. I'm not that familiar with that part of the world, other than China and India.
Let me look this up. There it is, right there, Bangladesh.
Good pull.
Yeah.
Very good pull.
Thank you. 48, Alger Hiss denied ever being a communist agent, but with a name like that, I don't know. Hiss? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Alger Hiss was a famous spy.
so he was a communist. Like, you know what? Sometimes, judging a book on their cover is actually a smart move. 48 as well, Phillies commit 8 errors in a baseball game for the second time. That's not good. Tom Henrik hit his record tying 4th Grand Slam of the season. Now I want to go to Denny's. 1949, the 6.7 MS Karliova earthquake shook eastern Turkey with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 10, extreme, leaving 320 to 450 dead. 49 as well, Matsuoka derailment. Unknown saboteurs caused a passenger train to derail and overturn in Fukushima Prefecture, Japan, killing 3 crew members and igniting a political firestorm between the Japanese Communist Party and the government of occupied Japan that will eventually lead to the Japanese Red Purge. So they were having their own problems with communism too, it sounds like. 1950, Pee Wee Reese of the Dodgers and Sam Calderline of the Giants hit inside the park home runs. One each, sounds like.
He played for the Dodgers when they came out here,
All right.
and then retired shortly after that.
In 1950 as well, this is no longer another source. Indonesia gained independence from the Netherlands. I think we might have covered that already. I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. There in the Korean War, 42 Stadium prisoners of war were massacred by the Korean People's Army on a hill above Waegwon, South Korea. Didn't we cover this recently, or is this another event of them killing POWs? Because
I don't know.
we have covered the Norks killing U.S. POWs about 3 to 4 days ago, maybe a week. I don't know. It's kind of recent. 51 as well, the 18th NFL Chicago All-Star Game, Cleveland 33, All-Stars 0. Stop sucking, All-Stars. Come on, score 1 point. 33? You're going to just let them, like, wow. 92,180 attendees watched that raffle stomp, dude. Come on. Like, at least give them, like, their money's worth, dude. Like,
Yeah.
in 1951, hurricane winds drove 6 ships ashore in Kingston, Jamaica. That is terrifying. And we also have the 14th Dalai Lama returned to Lhasa from Dormo in southwestern Tibet after Chinese officials assured him that Tibetan autonomy and his position will be respected. Ha! No, don't believe that.
Yeah.
52. The word fallout, referring to radioactive particles carried into the atmosphere after a nuclear explosion, was first used in the New York Times.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh.
And then it stuck forever.
Yep. And then it became a video game. So yeah.
Never heard of that. But
The Fallout series?
no,
I've spoken about it every now and then. And
I
everything.
don't listen to you.
Well, I know that. I can't even get mad. 1953, first meeting of Narcotics Anonymous took place in Southern California. Of course, it's California. Oh, freaking.
That was born out of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous.
And AA was formed in like somewhere in New York. We covered that.
I thought it was formed out here.
I thought it was formed in New York.
You may be right.
Where was Alcoholics Anonymous formed? Global Photos. Okay, well, it's not telling me.
Of course I'm not.
Alcoholics Anonymous groups began to form in the maritime provinces of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland.
Oh, wow.
Huh. Okay,
Wow.
well. 55. Well, I was closer, so I'm closer to
No, the
being
reason
right.
why I say that, and maybe that was just an LA branch. We had the founders, when I was a kid, come up to whatever it wasn't Sunday school, but it was, whatever the group they had up there, and they talked to us from AA. And he was one of the founders of AA, and I just assumed he was maybe he was the founder of LA branch. Who knows?
Who knows? Like, do you remember his name by chance?
No. It was way before any of us were using alcohol or anything else.
Yeah.
But get them young, you get them exposed to it, which is good.
Yeah. Oh. 1955, Hurricane Diane followed Hurricane Connie and flooded the Connecticut River, killing 190 people and causing $1.8 billion in damage in 1985 dollars.
Wow.
To give you guys an
Not
example.
85.
Yeah. 1955.
Yeah.
$1.8 billion. That's the number
Wow,
right there.
Wow.
Now, let's look this up. What year was that again?
55.
1955. All right. So, 1955. That's 2026. Let's see if it even gets to that high. So, all right. So, what do you think it's worth?
Yeah, let's quadruple it. So that's going to be 2,468. 7.5 billion or whatever it is. Damn it. Is it million? Billion.
Billion.
Yeah.
So we're at
7.5
$1.8 billion.
7.5 billion.
I'm going to go with 20 billion.
Wow.
I was going to go to 10, but that makes me seem like, one of those Price is Right, add a penny douchebags.
Yeah.
So,
I think you need to be higher than 7.5. I may be wrong.
I'm going to say 20.
20 is way too high.
All right. We are at, $22,427,328,358.21.
Wow.
I swear I didn't look. I swear I didn't look. Like,
Okay.
I was going to go
Give you
for 10.
kudos. Yeah.
I was going to go for 10, but I doubled it just to really give us space, to not be a douchebag.
Yeah,
And then I somehow almost hit it right on the spot.
I thought
wow.
you would have been closer at 10.
Yeah, I did too.
22?
I thought I was giving it to you.
You're still not there.
Wow. That's ridiculous. Thanks, Biden. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Actually, thanks, Biden. Because he's in hell. Well, he will be. 1956, 20,000 women marched to Pretoria's Union buildings to present a petition to the Prime Minister against the carrying of passes by women. 56, Federal Constitutional Court banned Communist Party of Germany, the KPD in West Germany. 57, baseball player Richie Ashburn fouled and hit fan Alice Roth twice in the same at-bat.
Oh, man.
While playing for the Philadelphia Phillies. The first hit broke her nose.
And she stayed?
No, and the second one hit her while she was on the stretcher.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Fuck you. And
no, that's wild.
one for the road.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, my God. I looked like for 10 minutes trying to find something, an image, a video, something. I couldn't find a dang thing. In 57, we had the technology. It's a shame I couldn't find anything. Like, I found videos covering it, but not actual footage of it.
Wow.
You know,
well, that's pretty hard, thing to find.
Oh, that poor lady. Just fuck you. 1958, world's first moon probe, USA's Thor Able, exploded at T plus 77 seconds. 58 as well, Pioneer 0, the U.S.'s first attempt at a lunar orbit, was launched using the Thor Able rocket and failed. We just said this, actually. This is connected. Notable as one of the first attempted launches beyond Earth orbit by any country. But the first one was, Germany. We also have a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck Yellowstone National Park in 1959. The Quake Lake was formed by the 7.2 Hebgen Lake earthquake near Hebgen Lake in Montana. So, I looked this up here. So, apparently, Quake Lake was formed. So, I guess maybe, it tore these mountains apart or something? I don't know. Where's a Quake Lake?
I don't know the geography, so I can't help you.
Now, what's interesting, I have this photo.
Yeah.
And you see how the road just, it's all gone. This used to be road right here.
Yeah, that slid down.
And then there's a building or something there and everything. Here it is from the air.
Yeah.
That's massive. Oh, there it is from another angle. There's that poor building there. Well, what else do we got here? 1959, Columbia Records released Kind of Blue, a studio album by Canadian jazz trumpeter and composer Miles Davis, leading a sextet featuring saxophonist John Coltrane and pianist Bill Evans. The work is widely considered a masterpiece and is one of the most influential and best-selling albums of Davis's long career.
Well, you got Coltrane in there. Come on, that's Jews personified. Jazz personified.
I was going to say Jews. 59 as well, the USSR and Iraq signed a contract to build an Iraqi nuclear reactor. That is not good. 1960, Francis Gary Powers' U-2 spy trial opened in Moscow. Gavin gained independence from France as their national day. Indonesia dropped diplomatic relations with the Netherlands. I wonder why. Could do a surface level scratch of that article really quick. Just to see. Indonesia, well, this just tells me all their relations. So, if anybody can let us know the semantics about this, why they dropped the diplomatic relations, let us know in the comment section. Speaking of comments, do we have anything? Nothing on YouTube. Anything on Rumble? Nope. Alright, what else do we got here? 1961, Kennedy administration established Alliance for Progress. What is that? Alliance for Progress. Let's look that up here really quick. U.S. Initiative for Economic Cooperation in Latin America. Huh.
Okay.
That sounds pretty cool. So I'm gonna
maybe opening some trade or something.
Yeah. So let's see here. That aimed to establish economic cooperation between the U.S. and Latin America. Governor Luis Munoz of Martin. Okay, hold on a second. The Alliance for Progress was a 10-year plan proposed by President John F. Kennedy in '61 to foster economic cooperation, yada yada yada, particularly aimed at countering the perceived communist threat from Cuba. The program was signed at an Inter-American Conference in Uruguay. The main objectives of the Alliance for Progress included economic development, democratic governments, education and literacy, price stability, income distribution, economic and social planning, financial commitment, tax reform, to name a few here, and very briefly to name it. So I'm going to throw this link here. If anybody wants to look more into that, this looks like a really good read. So, 1962, East German border guard shot and killed Peter Fetcher at the age of 18 as he attempted to cross the Berlin Wall into the western sector. Yep. Yeah. We're going to be reading a lot of those. 63, John Hickman became the first New York Met to hit for the cycle. And we also have Orioles' Dick Hall retired as 28th consecutive player in relief. 1964, Boycott scored his first Test cricket century, 113 against Australia at the Oval. 66, San Francisco Giants outfielder Willie Mays took second place on the all-time home run list. I wonder who's on the first place. So,
It's got to be, well, back then, maybe
Well-
Babe Ruth.
well, now,
Oh, now, I don't
Yeah.
know. You get me down the list quite a bit.
yeah. 1969, Hurricane Camille struck the U.S. coastline and killed 259 people, mainly in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. So, and causing $1.42 billion in damage.
Wow.
So, right here. You know what? $1.42 billion, 1969. I'm just going to look this up for Hee-Haws, 1969, just to see if this is higher than the 20 billion.
No, because you're so much later.
12 billion, you're right. So, huh. What else we got here? Where'd my thing go? Oh, I moved it over here. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't where it's supposed to be. 1969 as well, New York Jets defeated the New York Giants 37-14 in their first meeting of preseason. Woodstock Festival closed with Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies as final act, taking the stage at 9 a.m. on the 18th. Other performers included Joe Cocker, Country Joe McDonald, The Fish, the band CSN&Y, and Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Whatever
Country
that.
Joe and the Fish.
Yeah.
Remember them well.
And we spoke about this Woodstock yesterday.
Yeah.
So, 1970, Soviet spacecraft Venera 7 was launched toward Venus. It will become the first spacecraft to successfully transmit data from the surface of another planet, Venus. So once again, the Russians, the Ruskies beating us in the space race, but just because they're just really throwing everything. Like if we threw the equivalents of our stuff into the space race as they did, then we'd be living on Alpha Centauri by now. So, 1972, MLB Philadelphia Phillies Steve Carlton won his 15th consecutive game. 73, stadium golfer Lee Trevino hit his first hole-in-one. I don't know if you know who he is, but
Of course I do.
Oh, okay, so that's a good thing I put him in there. We also have Mets first baseman Willie Mays hit his 660th and last career home run off Don Goulet of the Cincinnati Reds in a 2-1 loss at Shea Stadium in New York. I kind of have a feeling I know why, because he was getting really close to 666, and if he couldn't get one more hit, if he was at 666 by the time he retired, then he
Six
would.
more home runs. That's quite a bit.
Well, you don't want to accidentally get there.
Yeah.
So 1976, an earthquake and tsunami in the Philippines killed up to 8,000 people. So we have a magnitude 7.9 earthquake hit off the coast of Mindanao, Philippines, triggering a destructive tsunami, killing between 5,000 and 8,000 people, and leaving more than 90,000 homeless. West Indies win big at the Oval, with Michael Holding taking 14 at 149 in the match. 77, Russian nuclear-powered icebreaker Arctica was the first surface ship to reach the North Pole.
Oh.
Yeah. And with that specification surface ship, I think maybe that's because
Submarines went under, yes.
yeah, like we went under
Yeah,
in
they
the Nautilus or whatever, the nuclear one,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to see if we could. So what else we got here? 1978, first successful crossing of the Atlantic by balloon was completed by Stadium's Ben Abruzzo, Maxie Anderson, and Larry Newman aboard Double Eagle 2. Wonder what happened to the first one. I wouldn't like like whenever something is named such and such the second or the third or whatever, and we like, you can go without me. And then again, if it's named the first, you could probably be the reason why there's a second. So I'll just stay home all the time. How about that?
You're a wimp.
I'm an alive wimp. So, what else were you gonna say?
No, I was going to say they could have built the first one to see how it works and everything, and then they refined it and made the one they really wanted to go with.
True. 79 as well, Monty Python's Life of Brian, directed by Terry Jones, starring Graham Chapman, Michael Palin, and John Cleese, and funded by George Harrison's Handmade Films, premiered in U.S. theaters. While that was going on, two Russian passenger planes collided over Ukraine, killing 173. Yikes. 1980, Azaria Chamberlain disappeared, likely taken by a dingo, leading to one of the most publicized trials in Australian history. So the whole saying like, oh, a dingo came and ate my baby probably stemmed from something like this here. George Brett went 4 for 4, raising his batting average to .401, which I'm under the understanding that that's good.
Oh, really good. It's no one's hit 400 for I don't know how many years. He didn't end up hitting 400 for the season. But this late in the year, 401, yeah, that's really good.
Now, what's 4 for 4 mean?
4 bats, 4 hits.
Oh, okay. So that's 100%. That's
Yeah,
nice.
he went 4 for 4 for the day.
Okay. 1982, we have the
Unless
first.
he walked.
Ah.
That they don't count. It doesn't count as a bat.
Yeah, it's not a hit.
It's not a hit or an at bat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
0.
Okay. First combat discs or CDs released to the public in Germany. Now, is this the first ever or the first in Germany? Is my question.
Well,
Who
say in
invented
Germany
CD?
First, so, I think they were here. It could have been Japan, but I'm not sure.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think we invented CDs. I thought Japan invented them,
Who
but
invented CDs? Now we got to know.
I know Japan invented the Walkman. Who
Yeah.
invented CDs?
I'm thinking it was here.
Compact disc. It was developed by Philips and Sony, so Japan's involved.
Yeah.
And Philips, I think, is a U.S. company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a Dutch multinational. The Dutch.
Dutch and the
Dutch and the Japanese.
How about that?
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I thought Philips was an American company.
Like it's based in here, but like it's Dutch. I don't know. Everything's international anymore these days. 1982, South Bend, Indiana jury acquitted self-avowed racist Joseph Paul Franklin. What? Like, self-avowed racist? Well,
He must have done something.
he's a serial killer and a white supremacist who murdered 16 people.
Yikes.
He either admitted to or was convicted of shooting 22 people across the 10 U.S. states. Why was he acquitted?
I don't know. It doesn't tell us.
This is 82.
Don't want to know anything about him, to tell you the truth.
He died in 2013. Thank goodness. Executed by lethal injection. All right, so he's gone. Thank
He's found us
goodness.
something.
Yeah. 8-4, Pete Rose returned to the Cincinnati Reds as a player manager and got 2 hits in the game. That's pretty cool. 8-5, 1,400 meat packers walked off the job at a George A. Hormel and Company plant.
Hormel. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are the power. We the people. 8-5, Sarah Trollinger formed House of Hope in Orlando. What's House of Hope? I'm going to look this up here really quick. National House of Hope?
House of Hope, yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
House of Hope. Just gonna see here. Women's Alcohol Treatment Center. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. 1986, bronze pig statue named Rachel, or if you're Batman, Rachel, after a real 750-pound pig who won the 1985 Island County Fair, was unveiled at Pike Place Market, Seattle. I've seen it. I've seen that pig.
Oh.
They've had several renditions.
It's a
Here's this
statue.
sitting down. Yeah, no, a bronze pig statue named Rachel.
Okay.
You know, modeled after a real 750-pound
Yeah.
pig.
Yeah.
So, I know you don't listen to me, but it might help every now and then. But yeah, like, oh, cool. They have a, picture of a kid, having fun. But that's not a jungle gym. They shouldn't be messing around with it like that. 1986, rioting occurred at a DMC concert at the Long Beach Convention Center in California. 40 people were injured. That's unfortunate. 1987, AO's time.
Yeah.
We are 2 minutes over the hour, so I cannot hit my, go through my life in that many minutes.
No.
So 87, Bunce Seagull gave Milwaukee Brewers Paul Moliere the longest MLB hit streak in the 1980s at 39 games. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 2,700 for the first time, 2,700.57. Muhammad Ali was elected to the ring on Magazine's Boxing Hall of Fame. 88, first case of Rocky Mountain spotted fever in New York City. 9-year-old Bronx boy. What? Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Well, that looks nasty. It's a bacterial disease spread by ticks. Ugh.
Yeah.
Get out of the ticks. So
Ticks can be
Rocky
nasty.
Mountain spotted fever. No, seriously, like what is the point of ticks? Like what do they do in nature?
I'm not
Like
sure.
like why do they exist? Like
Why do we exist?
Well, that's a very good point, but like we're not talking about that. Like but that is a conversation for another time. But why do ticks exist? Like,
I don't know.
Like, if you exterminated every tick that in existence, would nature change in any way? Would there be
probably something else would die out because they can't eat bugs.
But does anything even eat ticks?
I have
I mean,
no
there's
idea.
there's
You
a
asked me
billion.
something, I'm making a conjecture.
That's true. No. Anyway, 88 LIRR said Penn Station will get air conditioning in 91. Did it?
I don't know.
Pakistani President Mohammed Zia-ul-Haq and U.S. Ambassador Arnold Raphael were killed in a plane crash. It's a little suspicious. U.S. Republicans nominated George H.W. Bush for president. 89 Baltimore Orioles shortstop Kyle Ripken played in his 1,208th consecutive game and moved to third place all-time behind New York Yankees Lou Gehrig and Boston Red Sox / New York Yankees Everett Scott. Mm-hmm. So sounds like if you want to be second or first, you have to be a Yank. Because first, Lou Gehrig, Yankees. Everett
Cal
Scott
Ripken
was a
not
Yankees.
a Yankee.
Yeah.
He was not.
Yeah, so that's why he's not going to be second.
Oh.
Because in order to be first or second, it sounds like you have to be a Yankee.
I got you.
That's the joke. In 1990, Exorcist 3. There's a third one? There is a second one? A film written and directed by William Peter Blatty premiered. And it sounds like they really milked out that series for all it was worth. That's unfortunate. In 1990, Phyllis Polander sued Mike Tyson for sexual harassment. Here we go again. 91, Royals Warren Cromartie's first major league home run since 1983. Alright, that's pretty cool. 91 as well, Strathfield Massacre in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Taxi driver Wade Farncombe shot and killed 7 people and injured 6 others before turning the gun on himself. Now, if the victims had been armed, this would have ended very differently. But no, the Australian government wants the people to be helpless. It's time for a revolution. 1992, Kevin Gross of the Dodgers tossed the only 9-inning no-hitter of the season, a 2-0 victory. 1998, Monica Lewinsky scandal. U.S. President Bill Clinton admitted in tape testimony he had an improper physical relationship with the intern, and on the same day admitted before the nation he misled people about the relationship. Yeah. You scumbag.
I did not have relations with that woman.
Yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I think, though, to be fair to, good old William here, I think he was more scared of his wife than being found out. But in any other capacity.
He was a womanizer.
Well, he was, but his wife is also a bloodthirsty psychopath.
Yeah.
So, 2004, 1999, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Izmit, Turkey, killing more than 17,000 and injuring 44,000. Now, from other sources, we have the 7.6 MW Izmir earthquake shook northwestern Turkey with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 9, which is violent, leaving between 17,118 to 17,127 dead. That's really specific to be so vague. And between 43,953 to 50,000 injured. That's also very vague. What? The limit to your counter is 50,000? Why not 50,148? What? Weird. 2004, Chinese researchers found an MD5 collision. What's an MD5 collision? MD5. Massage Digest hashing algorithm? What? Message Digest? MD5 collision. Alright, well, let's look up an MD5 collision. What is this? Okay, it's not telling me anything. Attack Lab walkthrough? Cryptography Seed Lab. So is this some computer attack thing? That's weird. Anyway, 2004 as well, the National Assembly of Serbia unanimously adopted new state symbols for Serbia. Boz Pravad became the new anthem, and the coat of arms was adopted for the whole country. It's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that just really quick. Hold on a second. There we go, right there. Okay, so there's the country of coat of arms of Serbia right there. 2005, the first forced evacuation of settlers began as part of Israel's unilateral disengagement plan. Why were they there to begin with? To have to be forced out, if Israel isn't trying to colonize. It's kind of weird. 2005, over 500 bombs were set off by terrorists at 300 locations in 63 out of the 64 districts of Bangladesh. So pretty much the entirety of Bangladesh exploded, it sounds like. Yeah. That's wild. 2007, Perez Hilton mistakenly announced the death of Cuban leader Fidel Castro. I remember that.
Yeah.
Perez Hilton, this guy's an idiot. So is Paris. 2008 Australian women's 4x100-meter medley relay team of Emily Sablum, Liesl Jones, Jessica Shipler, and Libby Tickett upset the United States to win the gold medal in a world record time of 3 minutes 52.69 seconds at the Beijing Olympics. We also have China won its 33rd gold medal of the Beijing Olympics by defeating Singapore in the table tennis women's team event, achieving its most successful Olympiad ever by winning all 10 singles and all 5 doubles matches. I can't help but feel that since China is winning everything, their 33rd gold medal of the Beijing Olympics, they won all 10 singles and all 5 doubles. China in Beijing. I think there's some tampering going on here. And I think all of those gold medals and all those records and everything that China got,
you got to play the match,
needs to be null and void. 4 years after winning Olympic silver in the rowing quad sculls in Athens, Britain Rebecca Romero became only the second woman to earn the medals in 2 different sports at the Summer Games when she won the pursuit track cycling gold in Beijing. Epic. German swimmer Britta Stephan defeated Stadium Dara Torres by 0.01 seconds, another one of these, in the 50-meter to wrap up the 50 and 100-meter double at the Beijing Olympics. Jamaica dominated the 100-meter at the Beijing Olympics with Shelley Ann Fraser taking the gold medal in 10.78, while her teammates Sharon Simpson and Kieran Stewart dead heat for silver in 10.98 for both of them, 10.98.
Not even a hundredth of a second difference.
No, just split. 2008 as well, Rafael Nadal of Spain defeated Chile's Fernando Gonzalez 6-3, 7-6, 6-3 to win the men's tennis singles at the Beijing Olympics, Spain's first ever gold Olympic medal in tennis. Well, the Tradition Senior Men's Golf Crosswater Club, Fred Funk, won the first of 3 championships tours majors by 3 strokes from Mike Goodies. Did he have the funk? So we're still in 2008 here. The U.S. team of Michael Phelps, Aaron Pearsall, Brendan Hansen, and Jason Lazak won the 4x100-meter medley relay at the Beijing Olympics in a world record time of 3 minutes 29.24 seconds. Phelps' 8th gold medal of these games broke Mark Spitz's 1972 record of 7. Moving on up finally to 2009, an accident at the Sayamo Susekuri Dam in Kakayasa, Russia, killed 75 and shut down the hydroelectric power station, leading to widespread power failure in the local area. 2012, homosexual pride, which is a sin, pride is a sin, events are banned for a century in Moscow, based. 3 members of Russian punk band Pussy Riots are jailed for 2 years. I've heard of them. Holy crap, what a name. That's almost as bad as Steely Dan. Which is literally named after a science fiction steam-powered dildo from a novel. What is with people? 2013, 15 civilians are killed by a Syrian warplane attack in Aleppo. 2015, 2012 Olympic 1500-meter champion from Turkey, Alsi Kakir Appleton, was stripped of her gold medal by the IAAF for doping. All right, the International American something, or I don't know what IAAF stands for. 2015, discovery of a 7,000-year-old mass grave in Schonedijk, Kirgisistan, central Germany, was published in the PNAS journal. 26 bodies bear evidence of violent conflict. 7,000-year-old mass grave. Wow.
Sounds like a war.
Yeah. 2015, world's first flower could be the underwater plants Moschatiana vivaldi, claimed U.S. botanist, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. So they believe they have found the first ever flower to exist as a flower. It's this underwater plant that still exists today, it looks like. And this is technically considered a flower, these branches, somehow. So probably because they're very small flowers like that. You can't even see them. So 2016, stadium sweep in the 100-meter women's hurdles at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics with Brianna Rawlings taking gold ahead of Nia Ali and Christy Caslin. First time in the U.S. has swept the medals in the Olympic women's track and field event. Nice. Floodwaters receded in Louisiana, leaving 13 dead and damaging 4,000 homes. German pair Laura Ludwig and Kira Wildman-Horst upset Brazilian hometown favorites Agatha Badrzik and Barbara Sixes 21-18, 21-14 to win the Olympic women's beach volleyball gold in Rio de Janeiro. 2017, anti-immigrant One Nation Party leader Pauline Hanson was widely criticized for wearing a burqa into the Australian Parliament. Anti-immigrant How can you be anti-immigrant and then wear a burqa? Unless the immigrants are white people and you're anti that, you know. If you're anti-immigrant to Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
meaning like, you know, they don't want white people over there, that makes sense. But that's weird. Collision of two neutron stars was witnessed for the first time, first detected by U.S.-based laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory, the LIGO. Like that looks so destructive. Like
Yeah.
I can't even fathom. 2017 as well, on this day, so this website here launched Borneo Dictionary, an online non-profit dictionary of indigenous Borneo languages with translations in English and Bahasa Malaysia. That's pretty cool. 2017 as well, terror attack on around Les in Barcelona, Spain, as a van rammed into crowds, killing 16 and injuring 120. Other source says killing 14 and injuring at least 100. So
I remember something about that.
yeah, well, there's been a lot of vehicle homicides.
That's true.
3 Hong Kong activists, Jason Wong, Nathan Law, and Alex Chow, were jailed for unlawful assembly. Here we go. 2019, huge wildfires began on Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands, prompting the evacuation of 9,000 people. Landmark power-sharing deal signed by military and civilian leaders was celebrated in Khartoum, Sudan, with a transitional government to take over on September 1st. 2019 as well, suicide bombing at a wedding in Kabul, Afghanistan, killed 63 and injured over 200. The Islamic State claims responsibility. Brought to you by the Religion of Peace. 2020, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill became the first U.S. college to send students home and convert to online classes after 135 Kung flu cases were detected. Here we go. 2021, 1 in 5 U.S. hospital ICUs, intensive care units, is at or over 95% capacity due to the Delta surge of Kung flu, with 1,800 children hospitalized. You know, trust the science, I plead the fifth. You know, well, if it's 1 in 5, just go to the other 4 out of 5 hospitals. You know, but still, like, this is just madness. What else we got here? 2022, China issued the highest red alert heat warning for at least 138 cities and counties, amid the country's longest heat wave since records began, lasting 64 days. Possible second smaller impact crater that wiped out the dinosaurs, the Nadir crater, 8.5 kilometers across, was identified off the coast of Guinea in West Africa. It's telling me to image search that, so I'm going to do that really quick just to see. I think it shows, yeah, right here. So it's right, there's that crater and the Nadir crater. So that's the primary one, and then there's this one here. I don't know if this is it, you know, or if this is it. If it loads, it just says crater. So I don't know. Here's the Nadir crater. So this might be it.
Like the one up in Arizona.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's meteor crater.
Yeah.
But apparently this is Nadir crater. Anyway, 2022 as well, a suicide explosion in an Afghan mosque in Kabul killed 21 worshippers and injured 33. It really annoys me to my core when people blow up like a mosque, church, synagogue, temple, whatever. I don't care what religion you are. You know, great. Just don't blow up the buildings. Like, you know, leave people alone. 2022 as well, UK inflation rate rose to a new 40-year high of 10.1%, with food costs as its largest contributor. 2023, first World Health Organization Traditional Medicine Global Summit began in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, India. U.S. 30-year fixed mortgage rate rose above 7% for the first time in 21 years. Just this time last year, an estimated 2.5 million people participated in protests across Israel, with 300,000 attending the rally in Tel Aviv, calling for a ceasefire and hostage deal in Gaza, Palestine. And last but not least, Bohana Sebastian at the age of 10 defeated Grandmaster Pete Wells at the age of 60 in final round of 2025 British Chess Championship in Liverpool, England, becoming the youngest female chess player to beat a Grandmaster. This guy waited 50 years to be defeated by an adolescent. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, you know, but including but not limited to all links on the Coalition. These will appear there in about 5-10 minutes or so after the live stream. So anyway, what's the code word to let us know that they're still watching until this point?
I'm going to give you a 2-word.
2 words.
At bat.
At bat. Put at bat. You know, or code phrase, I guess, will work.
Or
you
one
know?
got hit in the face and then on a stretcher.
Just I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. The only thing worse than that is that the story of that one guy who got hit by like 6 lightning strikes throughout his life, and then after he died, lightning struck his headstone and split it in half. Just like fuck you and also fuck you and another fuck you and also another fuck you for the road. Like, you know,
At least they didn't drop the stretcher.
Yeah, oh man, maybe they did. I don't know. Like,
It doesn't say.
anyway, a lot of history has and continues to be made on this day, you know, on a daily basis throughout all of history. All of this happened August 17th throughout all of these years, believe it or not. So, yeah. Anyway, we have other shows. We have a new show we do every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. The first Sunday of every month, we have I'm okay, you're okay. We screwed that up. Try again. I'm okay, you're okay.
Apparently we're not.
As well. Well, we're getting there. Yeah, anyway, for this show, for your dose of passive events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, whenever it is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles! And in y'all. And in y'all.